When a divorced dad was ordered to pay child support for a child who isn't his, he turned to our Target 8 investigators.
Forced to pay child support for a child that's not his? What? What is going on in the world?
For help. We uncovered it's perfectly legal for the state to order him to pay support for another man's child and to deny biological fathers who want to pay from doing so. Target 8's Heather Walker exposes a law that's being called outrageous.
What's going on, buddy?
Joseph Shamilar is a divorced dad of 2. Not even 9 months after the split, Joe got some shocking news from his boys.
And they got in the car and they were bouncing up and down, telling me that mom has a new baby. And I said, well, is she babysitting? Is she, is she looking after someone?
So you didn't think it was real?
No, I had no idea.
His ex-wife had given birth. She had gotten pregnant during their separation by another man. Legally, she was still married to Joe. Court papers clearly acknowledge the baby is not Joe's, but Albert Bush's, and that Bush had established a personal, financial, or custodial relationship with the child. The court ordered medical expenses be split between the biological parents.
So this woman went and got pregnant by another man, and now the state wants to pin it on her ex-husband just because they were married at the time, when they have proof this man is not the biological father of the child. Yeah, I'm convinced I'm not having any kids in America.
But the Friday before Father's Day, Joe got a letter in the mail from friend of the court.
I thought, my God, this is hilarious. It's Father's Day weekend, and here's the biggest joke that I think I've ever had played on me transpiring right now.
The letter said he owed $8,500 in back child support plus medical expenses for a baby his ex-wife had with another man.
$8,500 in back child support? It ain't no way. Man, if it was me, she wouldn't see a dime of it. I'm sorry. Not from me. No.
So the court was asking you to pay for a child that's not yours.
Exactly.
I went to Ottawa County friend of the court office to get answers. How is this legal? Their spokesperson agreed to do an on-camera interview, but on the scheduled day changed his mind and would only answer our questions over the phone. He told us it didn't matter who the biological dad is, only what's in the best interest of the child. In other words, which one can take best care of the child financially. The court decided that was Joe. Do you think this law needs to be changed in any way? We went straight to the man who...
The best interest of that child is to be with his biological father. It's not all about money. Let that boy be with his father.
tried to fix the law, Senator Rick Jones.
I certainly would agree that if you're married to someone, they then run off and have a child by another man, that you should not have to pay child support. That seems a bit outrageous.
The original law was written back in 1956. It said if a child is born to a married woman, the biological dad has no legal rights. Last year, it was updated to allow husbands like Joe to fight financial responsibility. What's the biggest problem with the law and the language, would you say?
It's not clearly drafted.
Melissa Drake is Joe's attorney. She tells us the law isn't just failing him, it's not working for biological dads either. Rob Recknagel says he's had trouble eating and sleeping since his son was born.
Every single day that goes by that I don't get to see him, it just gets tougher. I don't know what he looks like.
Rob says he searched online hospital nurseries just to see if he could find his son.
This man just said he don't even know what his own son looked like. Come on. America has to do better.
He says he didn't know his girlfriend was still married when they got together. Rob says they were planning to blend their families. Rob bought a ring. But before she gave birth, Rob says he got this email saying although the baby was his, she was going to raise it with her husband.
I'm standing here saying I want my son in my life. I want to pay child support. Let's sign the proper documents and let me just do that.
You're trying to do the right thing.
That's all I want.
What can be done about this?
What can be done about this is people should be more responsible and shouldn't have sex outside of marriage, shouldn't father children outside of marriage, and should think before they act. That's what needs to happen. Could we do more? Yes. Could we fine-tune it? Yes. Should a father...
Facts. Do not go outside the marriage. They were still technically married at the time, and she went outside the marriage. That man should not have to pay.
have to pay support on a child when it's not his child? No. So we do need to do more, but we've made some monumental changes.
Heather Walker reporting. Well, after we started questioning friend of the court, it dropped its request for Joe to pay child support. In fact, 10 days ago, an Ottawa County judge issued an order clearing Joe of all responsibility for that child. As for Rob, he was able to see his son, but only for an hour. He's still fighting in court to get legal rights for regular visits.
This is a painful time for Clifford Hall. He is going to jail, even though he didn't do anything wrong.
I just don't see how this is helping anyone.
Hall's child support payments for the care of his 12-year-old son were supposed to be garnished from his wages. His paycheck stub indicated the payments were in fact withheld, but for several months his employer, due to a clerical error, did not send those payments to the court, and now Hall is being punished.
It's a horrible feeling, you know, makes me sick to my stomach, but I have to do it.
When Hall found out about the missing payments, he paid a lump sum to catch up. But even
so, because of his employer mistake, he has to go to jail for 6 months. Come on, I feel like America just be looking for an excuse to put people in jail.
Will not keep him from behind bars. Texas had a law on the books that would prevent deadbeat parents from going to jail if they paid up right before their court date. But last year, the legislature repealed that law.
In order to give judges some discretion to punish repeat offenders. It was a good idea. It sounded like a great idea. However, it doesn't work in all circumstances. There are situations such as Mr. Hall's case in which someone is shown in arrears, and it's really not their fault. It's an employer error or some other type of clerical error.
Even though I won Father of the Year Award for 2014, award through Committed Fathers Alliance, I'm going to jail for doing everything in my power to raise my son. This could happen to anyone.
So Hall heads to jail for 6 months, will likely lose his job, and won't be able to make any child support payments while locked up. When asked what he told his son Drayden,
this man won Father of the Year, and because of his employer's mistake, he's going to jail for 6 months, and even tried to catch up on the payments, and he still has to go to jail. I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say.
I told him I'm gonna fix it.
We want to encourage fathers everywhere to become active, hang in there, don't give up. Even if you're going through some hard times, even if you're having a difficult situation with an ex-spouse, an ex-lover, hang in there.
Hall and his attorneys have established the Drayden Project to help educate parents about their rights and to help defray legal costs in similar cases.
I had to mute this video because of the music in the background, but as you can see, this man has been proven not to be the father of this child, and this woman is falling all over the floor crying. Like, you're not the cause of this. You obviously cheated on this man. You obviously had sex with more than one person, so you know it's a good chance that he wasn't the father when he clearly wanted to be. And the only person that's the victim is that man and the child. But everybody has sympathy for this woman, even though she's the cause and the reason why they were even in court in the first place. Men, all I can say is get your passport. Do not have kids over here. You will get screwed by the system. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. I appreciate your love and support. I'll see you in the next one.